They're back.
We're back.
What's going on, guys? I'm Chris and welcome back to another video. So today I've got a big ol' update about Daredevil Born Again as we have our first official look at Jon Bernthal as the Punisher, as well as some other looks at Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and as a huge fan of the Punisher series, I'm elated. Before I get into this though, be sure to hit that like button, it helps out more than you guys know. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to help me reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It means a lot. And if you want to watch movies and TV shows with me, you can actually do that on my Patreon, link down below. Currently working our way through Stranger Things, but I have tons of other movies and shows lined up very soon. Your support over on Patreon means the world. And a new episode of the Unusual Couple podcast dropped today where we did movie brackets. Lots of tough decisions were made, so if you want to watch that, it is linked down below. Alright, so earlier today we got some photos showing Jon Bernthal's return as the Punisher. As you can see in this photo right here, he's rocking a Punisher costume with the skull logo on his chest. He's covered in blood, and I feel like that's the only way to have Frank Castle / the Punisher covered in blood. Now, I'm sure most of you knew this, but if you didn't, this is actually the second version of Daredevil Born Again. There was an initial version that was filming last year, and then they scrapped it entirely, and they had a huge creative overhaul where they brought in new writers and directors. Kevin Feige was just unpleased with where the show was headed, and reports have come out since talking about what that original version of Born Again looked like. And let me just say, we were saved, because apparently Daredevil wasn't going to suit up until like the 4th episode. There was no Karen or Foggy, which immediately sort of strips Daredevil of its heart and soul, as the trio is why we watch Daredevil essentially. And it seemed like the Punisher was going to have a very minuscule role as well. So all in all, it sounds like this move was for the better. Even if you watch interview clips with actors like Jon Bernthal, Charlie Cox, they seem a little hesitant when they're talking about that first version of Daredevil Born Again while it was filming. So everything seems to be lining up for this to be a return to form to the Netflix series. It's no longer on Netflix, it is on Disney+, and it's canon to the MCU, but the show originally came out on Netflix. It was TVMA, gritty, dark, and I feel like this version is going to embrace that. Will it be TVMA? That's a big question I've had about this show, and these photos indicate in my mind that we are clearly headed in that direction. Here's a photo of Jon Bernthal as the Punisher and Charlie Cox as Daredevil, both together. They're such a great duo, and in Daredevil Season 2, they have some of my favorite moments from the Daredevil series as a whole. I cannot wait to see them bounce off each other. They had fantastic chemistry, but if we get a scene remotely comparable to the quality of the scene in the second season where we see Daredevil and Frank just talking in the graveyard, I will be set and happy, because I just want great writing in the MCU, great drama, and I hope this show overall is a win for the MCU, especially on Disney+, because it desperately needs one more than ever. Obviously, we've had Loki, and that's the clear standout, in my opinion. That's like the top dog of MCU Disney+ shows. But this could be the one MCU project that not only wins over everyone in terms of Marvel making Disney Plus series and everyone fully getting on board with that, but more importantly, it could really just win back some positivity in the MCU fandom in general. They have to do a lot in the theatrical department to really get movies out there that land for everybody still, but in terms of TV, having Daredevil done right and a return to form would be a huge, huge win and a step in the right direction. But these pictures aren't the only ones we got of Punisher, because Jon Bernthal himself took to his personal Instagram and posted this photo of himself alongside Karen and Daredevil. Obviously, this is behind the scenes photo, so they're not filming here, but it's a black and white photo of the three of them, and I'm so excited to see more of Karen Page and Frank Castle. In both the Daredevil series and Punisher series, they are a fantastic duo, and I'm hoping we really do explore more of their relationship. We know we're going to get Daredevil and Punisher kicking ass in the streets of New York, but I want to see more of those softer, subtle moments with Karen Page and Frank Castle, because they make for some of the best. In fact, as someone who actually prefers the Punisher series to the Daredevil series, hot take, I'm aware, just my opinion, I am elated by these photos showing us the return of Jon Bernthal as the Punisher. I opened Twitter this morning, or X, whatever you want to call it, and I had a big old smile on my face when I saw this photo, because I was like, he's back. I love this character, and it seems like Daredevil Born Again is going to be a winner. I don't want to go in with too high of expectations, because that's happened with countless superhero projects before, where it's like, oh, everything looks good on paper, the trailer's perfect, it can't be bad, right? And then I go and watch it and it disappoints. I don't want that to be the case with Daredevil Born Again, but my goodness does it seem like everything we've gotten from the behind-the-scenes production of this new iteration is headed in the right direction. There's lots of reason to be excited. We've got Bullseye returning from Daredevil Season 3. It's going to be a longer season compared to some of these other Marvel Disney Plus shows that are 6 to 8 episodes. This one could be anywhere from 12 to 18 episodes in length. There's just so much to be happy about. Even some of these paparazzi photos of Karen, Foggy, and Matt walking down the street, it has the look and the feel of original Daredevil from the Netflix days, and that show is elite, especially when it comes to the comic book genre. So sign me up. Daredevil Born Again continues to become one of my more anticipated comic book projects for the foreseeable future. I've always been excited to see Matt Murdock back at it again, but Jon Bernthal's Punisher adds another dynamic. I hope we see them teaming up to fight Bullseye. That would be amazing. Kingpin's obviously going to be in the picture here. I really think this show is going to propel the street-level MCU content forward for the better, and I really hope this is a win, especially considering the production hell this show has gone through. Daredevil Born Again needs to be a big hitter. I hope it is almost a rebirth for MCU Disney Plus series and the MCU as a whole in a way, and I really think this can be the show that will win back a lot of the fandom who's kind of iffy or burnt out. And if Daredevil Born Again is done right and they get the Punisher right, who's telling what we could get for the street-level MCU content moving forward. But that does it for this quick update on Daredevil Born Again. We got our first look at Jon Bernthal's return as the Punisher, some new looks at Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock / Daredevil. We even got another BTS look at Karen Page. But man, oh man, do we have a lot to look forward to. It was also reported that Daredevil Born Again is apparently going to be a 2-season show, so take that with a grain of salt, but I'm down. If it's a 2-season thing and then maybe we cap it off with a movie, why not? But what do you guys think of this? Are you excited for Daredevil Born Again? Are you skeptical? Do you even care? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It would mean a lot. And again, if you want to watch movies and TV shows with me, you can do so on my Patreon, link down below. Your support over there really does mean the world. But that'll do it. Thank you guys as always, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.